Attention A1 Trading Show fans. If you're looking to get funded, we've got a solution for you. Our partnered prop firm FX2 Funding helps traders get access to up to $200,000 in trading capital. FX2 Funding is not your average prop firm. We've chosen them as our partner because of their fair examination rules, their professional and available customer service, and they have an outstanding reputation in the prop firm space. Here's a quick look at their evaluation process. First, they don't have a time limit on their evaluations. That means that you can take your time when passing your evaluation. There's no pressure to rush your trading. Second, there is only one phase to pass in their evaluation before getting access to your funded account. Also, their evaluation fees are fairly priced and fully refundable upon passing. Once you're funded, you'll be able to keep up to 85% of your trading profits. Finally, a rule we know swing traders will love: you can hold your positions over the weekend. For a limited time, get 15% off any of their account challenges with promo code A1Trading15. That's 15% off any account challenge with code A1Trading15. If you're ready to get funded, we're dropping a link in the chat right now, and you can also find it in the description down below. So go ahead and get signed up today for 15% off with promo code A1Trading15. Now, back to the show.
For being here with me today. We are here joined. Oh, sorry. Yep, we're unmuted. Good. You guys can hear me. Everybody can hear me. Good to know. We are back in the studio here today following yesterday's CPI report, which was very market moving. Following it today, we do have actually PPI. PPI numbers coming out here in just 10 minutes or so. This is going to be yet again another market moving news event here to end out the week. Friday ends with a bang. PPI is actually, here's the thing about PPI. Producer Price Index is overlooked often by traders. Sometimes, you know, everybody gets so riled up about CPI and of course the Fed meetings and NFP, but PPI can be very market moving too. It just depends what we get. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's actually like thunder around our office. And let's just hope and pray for some good internet today. All right, so what are we looking at here, guys, ahead of PPI? First of all, I'm going to show you guys what I have traded in the last day or so. I'm currently short euro dollar, and I've got some profit running on this trade. This is a position that I shared inside of our Discord channel, and I'm still holding on to this one. So here's the trade that I took yesterday. So I sold it. I risked 44 pips, 45 pips on this one. I really liked the overall kind of downtrend that we had going on with the Euro USD off of the higher time frames. So I decided to go short, put my stop above market resistance. You can see my markup that I shared with members was just basically pointing out, you know, we had this huge barrier to price, and I figured it was worth the risk to reward. So we had that spike yesterday on CPI, but I've been kind of eyeing the euro as a possible short. If you've been watching my videos, then you've probably seen this. I've been watching the euro for a short. And when we had that big rejection candle, I decided to go ahead and take my shot. So I shot a euro sell with a stop just above the previous high. I happen to know that Chandler, my video editor and producer, who is running this show behind the scenes, we're doing a little bit of a trading challenge, which the first episode does drop here today, which is really exciting. If you guys are not following the A1 Trading YouTube channel, our office, my staff, did a trading competition, or the first week of the trading competition, and the video, I watched it this morning. It's a banger. It is really, really exciting to watch. So don't miss that. If you don't already subscribe to A1 Trading, go check out A1 Trading on YouTube. The video will be dropping in like 45 minutes, I think. Anyways, my point was showing you that is Chandler also caught Aussie dollar short, which I was really proud about. He caught this sell-off, which is really, really cool. So both of these are setups. Chandler has a little bit, Chandler and James both have a little bit of an edge because they can see what Frank and I are constantly watching and trading and recording videos on. So not to say, you know, this is Chandler's own of his own accord. He wasn't, you know, copying anyone else, but I like the setup. It was a proud moment for me. So anyways, I personally am still in my Euro USD short. I haven't traded a currency pair in a minute, so it's cool to be, you know, seeing this one work out. Here's where I'm at with it. If price comes back above the swing high, it completely nullifies everything on my short bias here. Okay. But if we roll over, that's the other side, of course. If we continue to see this rejection play out, my goal is to hold euro dollar down to this area, trail stops, right? I want to see if we can get some sort of, let me show you a scenario. Ideal scenario would be, euro breaks down and we put in some sort of lower high. If we get some sort of lower high, I'm going to take this stop, right? And I'm going to move it from where it's at. I'm going to try and actually position it behind that higher low. So I like to trail stops with my positions. That's how I trade personally. So that's what I'm looking for. If we get a rollover right now, I may have an opportunity to move my stop loss for the first time. But again, PPI numbers are about 5 or 6 minutes out. So we'll see where we're at with that. Some people are asking about the the indices. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. So I do still have my position open on NASDAQ, and it is holding on by a thread here today. The question today, guys, will be, is this NAS position going to stop out for me? And the answer to that is yet to be determined. This is a daily chart, longer term swing trade for me. I picked up NAS in the group. It is in the red. I picked it up at the top of the support zone. And if we break much lower than where we currently are, I will stop out. Okay. So I'm looking for continuation on the NASDAQ. If we get it here today, if PPI helps us out and gives us a little bit of a green flag, then great. I'll hold that trade. Otherwise, I stop out of this one and I move on. So yeah. Chandler says he's up $30 on both trades I'm in, short Aussie dollar and long pound NZD. Chandler's trading pound NZD. Look at Chandler. Very nice. I like that chart. That's a nice, clean, upward trending chart. Guys, we do have, like I said, we've got about 4 minutes here to go before we get PPI numbers. I wanted to make sure we take a look at the dollar here together. Kind of to after the dust settles from yesterday, where are we at with this one? Well, you have to acknowledge that despite all the CPI volatility, bulls were able to hold it where it's at, and bears were not able to roll it over. Now, that doesn't really mean anything yet because I've marked this out. I did this in my video yesterday. I think the 4-hour chart is really important here. If you're watching the dollar index, I don't really see us showing strong conviction either way until we break out one way or the other on the dollar index. Because yes, we had CPI numbers that came out cooler than expected, but they still ticked up overall year over year. So it kind of leaves me in a so-so, right? So my goal here with the dollar index is I'm kind of neutral. That's why right now I have a dollar long position, but at the same time, I'm also long the indices. Is kind of a slight inverse correlation there. So, someone in my chat asked about that inside the Discord, but there is kind of a little bit of, I like both setups. I like the short on the euro dollar. I like the long on the NASDAQ. So we'll see. Okay. So that's where I'm at. Those are my positions. You guys know, I show you my trades. I show you what I'm doing every day on these videos. If you're newer to the live streams, I want to encourage you to quickly subscribe to this channel. If you anyone here for the first time, if you're here for the first time, light up the chat really quick. Say like, I'm new here, or I don't know, try and say hello to some of the newer people. So anyways, dollar index, like I said, it's still at a major level of longer term resistance. It's just a question of how does this area react? Okay. Yeah. How does PPI affect markets? Good question. It's a great question, especially as we're about to go into it. PPI is, so consumer price index, that's focusing on the consumers. Producer price index looks up the supply chain at producers, right? So, by the time it hits the shelves and consumers are buying it, cereal boxes and, rents at apartment complexes and things like that, that's like consumers using it. But up the chain, you're talking about raw materials companies and construction companies and further up the supply chain to getting the stuff to the stores that you guys see. That's more tracking to producer price index. And it can actually be in some ways very, very important to future projections for consumer price index, because of course, if producers have higher costs, they're going to have to pass that on to consumers. And if producers have unchanging or lowering costs, they can also pass those on to consumers at the end of the line. Okay. It's like one big supply chain study. I'm not new here. Anton, appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for everybody who's regulars. I appreciate it. Been here for years. Trayvon, I know you have. I know a lot of you guys. I recognize your names, even if I may or may not have said your name before. I recognize a lot of you guys. Guys, we got 1 minute to go. Gold shooting up. We're going to watch this news spike, and don't go anywhere, because again, we see this every time news happens. Everyone, lots of people leave the stream after, and that's when actually things get started. That's where we can actually find trade setups. I've got the gold chart top left, euro chart top right, 15-minute charts all around. I'm going to put NAS100 in the bottom left so we can keep an eye on the NASDAQ. So NAS is bottom left. We got the 15-minute chart. And let's just keep dollar index top right. I'm sorry, bottom right. So again, like I said, guys, do not go anywhere after the spike. That is where things actually become more interesting. So we'll be back with the news right after this breaking news coming in. All right, here we go, guys. Let's see if PPI has any impact on markets today. Going for it now. Let's see. All right. Dollar index initially made a bit of a spike. Euro USD spiking down here. Good for my trade. We'll see if that can persist. Gold, 1916 trading. If you remember yesterday, we traded up into the 1930 mark, which I think ended up being like, it was like the high. We were watching the high on stream yesterday. 1916 trading. 1915. Yeah, that's a bit of a sell-off here. Dollar index looking a bit strong here this morning. 102.54 printing. 0.3 PPI was the actual, which is a tick up from what was expected. We can pull that data up here for you guys. So again, hotter than expected on the producer price index. This is, of course, contradictory or opposite of what we saw yesterday, which was slightly less than forecasts for CPI, consumer price index. But today we see producer price index ticking up to 0.3% month over month, which, of course, is hotter or higher than expected. Okay, so dollar index should see a little bit of strength here, which is making sense. The US indices seem to be taking that a little bit negative, right? So let's take a quick look. Look at gold, guys. This is the 15-minute chart. Let's take a look at the hourly. Didn't even quite make it to resistance here that we had marked up on the higher time frames. Actually, it kind of did. Hold on. Let's look at gold. So gold has just, it has been just getting beat up. I feel really, really bad for it. Well, I mean, markets are markets. If you're selling this, you're happy. If you're buying this, it's been tough. There's always someone winning. There's always someone losing. And it's rarely always the same person, right? Markets give, they take, no one wins all the time. But gold here has just been a punisher to the bulls recently. Every single move up has been met with sell pressure. And I have to say, although I haven't had a great month, this month has been kind of rough for me. I'm actually pretty proud that I got out of my bullish attempts on gold. I tried several times to pick up buys on gold. And at a certain point, I said, hey, the buyers aren't here. I got to get out of here. And so I was bullish on gold. And when it started not working anymore, I just cut the attempts. I stopped trying to do it. And it saved me probably thousands of dollars doing that, right? So sometimes it's not necessarily, again, everybody, the glamorous parts of trading are how much money are you making this week, or how much are you up, down, whatever. Some of the glamorous stuff is not as important sometimes as just simply saying, hey, I've actually been avoiding losses on gold. I have not been trading gold longs. Again, I mentioned that this month has been a little tough for me. You guys know I try to keep it real with you. I've been doing this a long time on YouTube, and I've been trading for a long time. I'm comfortable with my strategy. I know the risks that I take. I know the rewards that I take. And I also know that drawdown is a real and inevitable thing to everyone. So this month has been tough for me. You can see I'm down like almost $20,000 on the account this month. This is not a funded account. I don't trade with funded money. I trade with my own money. And this year has been amazing. So a bit of context, right? It's very, very important. But losses and drawdowns happen to the best traders in the world. It is looking like I might get stopped out here on NAS. Let me see where I'm at with NAS real quick. Let's see, 15,036. Yeah, so we're very, very close. If not, yeah, we're probably going to get stopped out on NAS, which is cool. If, from here, what this tells me is that my bullish. So I just made the point that I kind of backed out of buying gold for a while, and that saved me a lot of money. I think it might be time for me to pause on the NASDAQ attempts. I've tried at this level of support. I've tried at this level of support, and I've tried at this level of support. So I have taken 3 losses. And so that's kind of what's contributing to my drawdown recently. Now, here's the problem, right? On YouTube, constantly I get people who are like, why the heck would you buy here? You're silly for doing that here. But then, and I'm not trying to sound spiteful about this. This is just the reality of trading. People are constantly hindsight biased, not just to creators like myself, but to themselves, right? They're constantly chasing their own tail. I should have done this. I would have made money if I'd done this. That doesn't do anything for you. Get that. That is loser talk. That does not help you in trading. Trading does not happen on the left-hand side of the chart. It happens on the right side. And what I mean by that is you don't get paid to talk about what happened already. You can analyze your losses and that sort of thing. But again, I've been on a really, really good win streak this year. I've caught almost all of this move, buying pullbacks and riding the move. I mean, I've been trading almost exclusively NAS and SP500 and gold for the last few months. And it had to come to an end at some point, right? The drawdown was coming at some point or not. Despite that, though, again, I am still bullish overall, but I'd like to see price action kind of start to formulate another, move higher. So anyways, NAS probably going to pause on that. However, euro dollar doing well for me. Take a look at this. Euro USD is making up for it. The currency trading is back. Let's see if we can break support here, guys. For euro dollar shorts, or euro traders who are also in this kind of move with me, this is helping us out. So the drawdown obviously has mostly been on the NASDAQ, but we're making some of that up trading euro here, which is awesome. This thing is tanking pretty good. And I think, after stream, I might go ahead and move my stops to break even. So yeah, euro looking really good. What I'm watching for, guys, is I am watching to see if price can break through this structure low, right? So we've had support here for a little bit. This is a 1-hour chart. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this just so I have it on my radar. And actually, I love that we just put in this lower high. Yeah, I like this a lot. I may actually go ahead and move my stops into profit, guys. So bear with me as I do this. Let's do this real quick. We are going to run a quick break thanking our sponsors. And while that happens, I'm going to get set up to go ahead and trail my stops. So real quick, guys, we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break to thank our sponsors over at 8cap for making these streams possible. Financially, they do cost us money to run these shows. They're free for you guys on YouTube. So stick around. We'll be right back to talk about this euro dollar trade right after this.
Attention A1 Trading Show fans, if you're interested in getting free access to the EDGEFINDER or our premium trade alerts, listen up. For a limited time, our show's partnered broker 8cap is giving out free access to our products when you sign up for a new trading account with them. If you already have a broker, you may want to consider switching to 8cap because of their low trading costs, a wide range of trading assets, and their amazing customer support. If you'd like to get access to our software and Discord server for free, click the link being dropped in the chat right now and ask one of our team members for more information. Don't miss your chance for free products and an award-winning broker. Now back to the A1 Trading Show.
All right, guys, and we are trailing stops here. I'm going to go ahead and get this notified to members. So just give me 1 second. Okay, so we entered this trade actually yesterday. So I'm going to put this notification out there. So let's just put this stops trailed. Nice sell-off here this morning with PPI numbers coming out hotter than expected, showing that producer costs have slightly ticked up. This could trickle to the consumer and may raise the possibility that the Fed could possibly do more tightening. Okay, so that's my alert. Let me go ahead and get that out there. So if you guys are members inside of the Discord, I just shared an update on my Euro trade. Let me just also, I'm going to just share a screenshot just showing kind of the concept here. Okay, let me just pull that up. And again, real quick, also guys, if you would like to join the Discord, you can get these alerts sent directly to you. If you're not already in there, here's what we're going to do. We are currently doing a 25% off sale. If you would like to get into the trade alerts group, look at that nice move. Let's see if we can hold that. Very, very nice. If you guys are not already in the Discord, hey, join us. It is very worth the fee that we sell our memberships for. We have a staff of people who make these, these streams and the Discord and everything possible. Myself and Frank are sharing everything that we are doing with full breakdowns. If this would be helpful to you to get alerts like this, if that would be beneficial to you, if you are trying to learn this craft, I say this very often on my channel, but I genuinely mean it. When I sell these things to you guys, I'm not doing so, and faking what I think is good value. This is genuinely probably the best service that I could think of for a newer trader, for somebody who is looking to learn, for somebody who's struggling to get to profitability. Being able to look over the shoulder and see why trades are being taken like this would have helped me immensely. And I genuinely mean that. Again, this is not, some get rich quick signal service or anything like that. You will be able to see the trades that we're taking, why we are taking them, explanations behind everything that we do, screenshots, pictures, explanations, all of it between myself and Frank, who you guys may see regularly on the streams. If you'd like to join and take advantage of that 25% off sale that we're doing right now, everything is 25% off. That will be ending soon. If you want to get in. So right now, I am in our trading office, our studio office. In the other room, there are some people who are able to help you get set up with a membership. If you'd like to lock in that 25% off sale discount before it ends, just message us right now. This link just got dropped in the chat. So if you click this link, it will take you to a direct message center and you'll be connected right away to a real person on my team. We use this so that we can just kind of keep track of our conversations and send you a copy of anything, and we can, that sort of thing. So if you'd like to access the group, if you'd like to join us, we will be trading the remainder of the day. Again, I am short Euro USD. I think Frank is long oil, but he might have trailed out for a profit. Actually, no, I think he stayed in this. I think Frank might have stayed in his oil trade. If you guys did not join us yesterday on stream, Frank is long oil, and I love this trade. Frank caught this trade like down here, and I'm not even exaggerating. It was like the perfect buy, because the second he bought, there was like no drawdown. It was like instantly in profit. If only every trade was like that, we would just be all sitting on the beach drinking pina coladas, right? Anyways, yeah. Akeem Williams says, reach out to Julie. Julie's on our marketing team. She doesn't really do a lot of support with members. If you'd like to speak to a representative, Akeem or anyone else, if you have questions about the group, if you want to see our track record, if you want to see examples of trades, if you have questions about the group, the way to do it is direct message us right now. Again, that's going to connect you with a real person who handles memberships. Julie is on our marketing. She does like our email newsletters and branding on the website, stuff like that. She doesn't do membership customer support. So if you have questions, send a message to our support team if you're looking for that. Okay, so yeah, oil looks really strong. Let's see, what else can we get going here? Oil also has a really bullish bias here overall in the EDGEFINDER. What else can we find? like I said, I'm still happy to hold this euro short, and Chandler also in his Aussie short, which is probably going very well. Let's go spy on Chandler in the competition. I know he's on my team. We have teams of 3. Chandler's on my team, and I'm happy that he is, because look at this Aussie dollar making that move lower. Chandler shorted this yesterday for the competition, which was really cool. Pound USD also, what's pound dollar doing? GBP USD. Pound dollar, big sell-off here, following PPI. Makes sense, right? Dollar strength kind of coming in today. And I would be lying if I said at this point I didn't really want the dollar to break out, because in some ways, let's break this down here for a second. I was long NAS, right? And I was also kind of long dollar by proxy, because I went long dollar short euro, right? So now that I got out of this trade, I'd really like the dollar to continue higher, right? That would probably put more pressure on the downside on the NASDAQ. So again, if I'm being very honest, I wouldn't mind if the NASDAQ kept going lower. Again, especially now that I am, stopped out, it would make me feel a little better. But at the end of the day, I've done this for so long, guys. There's been so many times you can't really. I should take all that back, because it's really an unhealthy way of thinking about it. The trade that I took was nullified. It didn't work out, and that's okay. I can look for another opportunity. So what would get me bullish on NASDAQ again? What would give me another chance to try? Well, not where we currently are at, which still looks very bearish. For me to get back in NASDAQ, I would probably want to see this thing. I'd probably want to see this thing kind of break higher from this downward structure that we have on the hourly. So my next trade will probably not be a daily chart trade. It will be probably a lower time frame trade. So I'd like to see this thing break higher, do something strong, but not happening for us today. Again, and I'm fine with this thing stopping me out. It just means that the trade idea that I had didn't work. And yeah. Nick sent a message to Discord members about NAS hitting stop loss. My stop loss is printed in there. So if you have the trade, just like I know that the stop was hit, it is assumed. If it hits my stop loss, it hits my stop loss. What positions are you on right now? I am currently short Euro USD, which is going quite well. I have my stop loss trailed, so I can't lose on this trade at this point, which is a wonderful spot to be in. So we've got one winner today and one loser, right? NASDAQ stopped me out, but yeah. Are your staff using the EDGEFINDER in the challenge? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And there's some learning to be had there for sure. Because the EDGEFINDER, is Chandler says he's using the EDGEFINDER. Yeah, I mean, the EDGEFINDER is being used for sure, but there's some great learning happening. I actually have loved this from just a business standpoint for a quick second. I love that the team is trying out trading. They've never done it before. Everybody is trading for the first time. And again, that will be dropping. The first full episode, the first trading week competition episode will be dropping pretty soon. So if you're not already following us on A1 Trading's YouTube channel, make sure to do that. But what I love about it is that from a business perspective, these people have never traded before, but they're getting experience trading so that they can kind of see firsthand what our customers, viewers, audience members are understanding and struggling with a little bit better. So I actually love it from a business perspective. It's really, really cool. Nick, can I trade on TradingView from my phone? Sure, you can. Why not? Are you a day trader or a swing trader? I do a little bit of both, but mostly swing. I manage my trades on like the hourly chart. So hourly chart is up for debate if it's more swing trade or day trade. I would argue it's a little bit more swing trading oriented. I execute stuff off the hourly. So yeah, guys, we're going to bring in Kenzo here in just a moment. Kenzo is one of our regular contributors. He is a good mix of technicals and fundamentals, which I think is always nice to have on the show because that's kind of where I'm at too. So it's nice to have someone who I can jive with, chat with about that. Kenzo's from South Africa, so we always appreciate that he gets on here. It can be sometimes weird time zone differences for us, as again, obviously South Africa is a very far away place from where I am, but that's the cool thing about trading too. I have met so many people from all around the world. So in just a second, we're going to come back to meet Kenzo to see what he is trading right after this quick break to thank our sponsors. We'll be back with Kenzo set up on the stream. So check it out. Attention A1 Trading Show fans. If you're looking to connect with other traders around the globe, consider joining our Discord community. Inside of the group, you'll be able to join our chat rooms, check out our educational material, our coaching webinars, and more. Within the group, our top traders share their trade alerts, which will send notifications to your phone or desktop whenever we take a trade. Our trade alerts come with entries, exits, and full analysis with every trade shared. This is not a blind copy signal service, but instead offers an educational way of looking over the shoulder of our experienced team. For fans of the show, we're offering major discounts for a limited time. To claim your discount now and join the group, click the link that's just been dropped in the live chat, which will connect you to one of our trained support reps here at A1 Trading. Again, click the link that's just been dropped or find the link in the description of this live stream and you'll be connected with someone right away. Now, back to the A1 Trading Show. Guys, welcome back to the show. I am joined now with Kenzo from Extra Hot Forex. Hey, Kenzo, how are you doing?
Great, thanks, and you, man.
I'm great. And I'm glad to have you back on the show. Just before you came on, I was mentioning just a little bit of your background as kind of a fundamental and technical trader, similar to myself. Kenzo, this week has been an interesting inflationary numbers week. We saw lower than expected inflation out of China. We saw the CPI number out of the US, which came in slightly cooler than what forecasts were. And now we see PPI numbers coming in slightly higher than expected. What's your take on everything that we saw this week? And is there anything that you're watching here on Friday?
Yeah, I've been actually checking like almost everything from interest rates, from actually CPI and from NFP since last week. So yeah, it's been actually tough on our side. So hey, the market has been just consolidating left and right. So, but with the inflation, mostly importantly, US inflation, I think I don't really see any change there, even though we see year over year pushed a little bit lower. But the most important one is core CPI, which is just the same as last month. So, which means the actually inflation is still seriously not changing that much. And that can give us a clue that there is a chance for them to increase. But still, we also have another CPI for next month, so we're not going to panic that much. But we can easily see that the market has been bearish from NASDAQ, from gold. They've been actually just consolidating, going down. But since we have some mixed market, the market has been like trying to push up, down, up, down. So, and with these moves, actually along the way, we took some losses, especially this week and last week. So we had some few losses. So it wasn't actually a good week. So I'm just waiting for next week. Maybe everyone will be digesting the news slowly, not very quick like this, because to me, it's not really safe for me to be in the trades, especially the reversals that are very quick. You can see that no one actually understands what will happen next. So we're just waiting for, I think maybe the next CPI will be an eye-opener. For now, I think things that they just mixed up.
Sure. Yeah. And so you've got kind of your gold chart pulled up here, which I've been talking about has just been really struggling to find any buyers. Are you shorting gold? Are you looking to short gold? Are you sell bias? Where are you at with gold today?
Yeah, on my side here, I had this very long actually support. So it seems to be broken out. But if you check very closer, we also have some areas that maybe we can also consider. But from the diagonal side, the market actually already broken out, maybe the market will come around this level. Maybe it will respect that. If not, obviously the market will be trying to push lower. But that maybe it will be because everyone maybe is thinking about FOMC. They might still increase. But I heard the other president from, I forgot the name, he said that if they increase, it will be maybe for the last time. And yeah, maybe I also see the same thing. They might increase, but maybe for the last time, maybe next year, they will just pause. But that increase also has some effects because we might see the market pushing lower for now.
Sure. Yeah, and I think also there's just something to also be said about the metals market. Two things that I would say are really fundamentally kind of bearish outside of just the interest rate stuff. I mentioned this earlier. Inflation numbers out of China were slower than expected, and the reason I bring that up is we don't talk about China that much on the streams at Content, but it's an important economy. It's the second largest economy in the world. And they also are one of the lead. They're like a powerhouse in the exporting and product, creation stuff, right? They're exporting everything, right? You go to the store and everything is made in China. And a big thing there is that Chinese inflation numbers came out less than expected. What does that mean? Well, less than expected inflation means that, there's less activity, right? Sometimes you can even go into kind of a disinflation or in terrifying situations, deflationary environments where, prices are not moving, the, product is not moving. So that has a big impact on the metals market. And especially when you look at the more industrious metal, which is, of course, silver, right? Silver is used in so many things, airplanes, solar panels. We've seen this week just be a tough week for metals, but especially on the silver side, as of course, well with the gold side as well. The other thing that I kind of see there is that there's a lack of Kenzo, we've been doing these together for a while every Friday, and things have changed. There was a while where we had the invasion of Ukraine. There was times where Taiwan invasion fears were a thing. When oil prices were rushing higher, and COVID-19. There's been so many things in the last few years that have been very, very scary. And that generally causes fear in the markets. Of course, not to mention even bank collapses here in the United States recently. Those things are bullish for gold because they cause, a drive higher. What we don't have right now is we don't have anything that's just blatantly, obviously scary and terrifying for the market to kind of buy gold about, right? So it's something to think about. We have that, and one way to visualize that too, other than just looking at the metals and commodities market, take a look at the VIX, right? The VIX is a measure of volatility. And what we can see here is that volatility has been on a decline. Volatility increases. Take a look at this, right? March, that's when gold was skyrocketing, right around when the VIX was making a strong move higher off of fears around the banking system and so on and so forth. So that fear power is not there for gold. Do you agree? Do you think that has an impact on gold's kind of drift lower recently?
Yeah, I can say there's so many factors, especially when you added China in there. I also watched the news actually, like let's say since last month, they say like Chinese economy wasn't doing great and enough manufacturers companies, they were just moving out of China. So that is something that we should also check because it means things that they actually going to go slower, including gold. You see, including gold. So which means actually, even if other things go very good on the other markets, but we will see sort of a slowdown in the market. But I think the panic, even though Chinese is still struggling, especially on the private sector, but currently we don't have something that can make us to panic. Only inflation and only interest rates, they are the only things that can make us, but we're no longer going to panic that much. So it's like everyone is just relaxing. We no longer have that fear. But as US is doing good, China is not really doing good. So it's also pulling US down. That's why we don't really see much of activities going on. And that actually, it gives us a different sort of a market. It's no longer the one that we actually used to. the moves, they're just going up and down. They don't actually respect the way we do the analysis, which means we just need to evolve very quick with the market. Because since you also mentioned the COVID, bank collapse and stuff like that, if you check the structures of the market, you will see that these moves, they're not the same as what we used to 2 years ago.
Yes.
So which means we just have to adjust. I think there's so much stuff that we can actually digest, and we can't actually grasp everything at once. But we just need to make sure that we change very quick. So you need some tools. I like the fact that you have EDGEFINDER that can also help here and there. So if you're just doing things like alone, sometimes can be like a problem because things change very quick.
Yeah.
Before it was, I think last year it was about oil. Oil pushed inflation very high. Now it's no longer the concern. Now we have other problems. So you see that the market reacts differently and very quick.
Yeah.
So you just need to equip yourself very quick. So sometimes, as I repeat, this week it was also very tough for me. I also took some losses here and there. So I just, you know what, I just want to just stay out. Maybe next week I'll be great. But if you have the tools, I think at least it will actually limit some of the losses.
Yeah, no, thank you for that, Kenzo. And again, breaking that down very well for us, the importance, guys, of just being adaptable as a trader. I think it's very easy to, if a lot of you guys who got started trading started before 2020, some of you guys who are longer term have been doing this for a while, it was a different environment. When 2020 came, it was just a shocker.
Yes.
Right? Changed a lot of things. And then, if you got started after 2020, you're used to super high volatility and you don't know what to do in these sorts of environments where things start to kind of calm down for the summer months. And you're like, I'm just getting chopped out in a billion pieces. This is wisdom, guys. After time, you learn what not to do. You learn how to handle yourself better. So thank you for clarifying that, Kenzo. And I want to also say, Kenzo, thank you for coming on the show. For those of you guys who have not spoken with, heard from, learned from Kenzo in the past, he does actually have a YouTube channel of his own. We've just dropped the link to that for you to check out. It is Extra Hot Forex here on YouTube. Kenzo, thank you for coming on, man, and we will see you back on next Friday's show.
Thank you very much, man.
All right, catch you next time. Yep, always good to have Kenzo, guys. Kenzo is, like I said, he's one of my favorite guests to have on each week. We always kind of touch base on the fundamentals. It's perfect because it's a Friday, so we kind of get that recap effect, and then we move on. This euro dollar trade is still going, guys, and I'm actually very happy that is the case. We have trailed stops. If you guys are members with us, the trailing stop that I just sent out is in the Discord. If you are just tuning in, if you're just getting to your charts here, watching, again, PPI had a very nice effect on my euro dollar short trade, which was shared inside of the VIP Discord channel. This is the last call. If you guys want access to the Discord trade alerts to get ideas being sent to you from myself and Frank, click the link that's being dropped in the chat right now to get 25% off. Come join the group. It is very popping, very active right now. We are trading a lot of stuff this week. And if you want to join us for that, click the link. Link is in the chat right now. If you send a direct message here, it's going to connect you to a real person on my staff. You can ask about the 25% off sale that is available right now. Okay, guys, thank you very much for tuning into today's live stream. That's gonna be it for this week. If you did enjoy these streams, if these free streams to you are helpful in any way, shape, or form, consider subscribing, consider hitting the notification button as well, and hitting the thumbs up button on your way out. And also, again, like I said, message us if you have any questions, if you'd like to see the track record, if you'd like to see trade examples, to see if it's a fit for you. It's free to message us and ask us a few questions. So hope to see some of you guys inside of the Discord, and have a wonderful weekend. See you guys.
And that concludes today's show. Our goal at A1 Trading is to keep you up to date with the latest market coverage through our daily videos and articles. If you like our content, make sure to subscribe for more. You can get funded today up to $200K with FX2 funding. Use our code A1Trading15 for a special discount. From all of us at A1 Trading, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.